So we have Holy, we have Medio, we have 12 ancient weapons. There's one other major thing we need to do before we go kick X Death in the junk.
Climb a mountain.
We have to climb the mountain. Remember this mountain? This is where Reyna got poisoned.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and the dragon was at first. So you have to climb back up it.
I love a dragon on top of a mountain in an old game like this.
So do I. Where else is the dragon gonna go? Yeah, we have to go fight Bahamut and get him on our side because he is Bahamut, the motherfucker.
I am Bahamut, the motherfucker.
Okay.
Challenge me.
Okay.
You don't know what I wanted you to challenge me at yet.
Bocce ball.
I'm real good.
Yeah. So, as Bahamut is wont to do, all he really does here is cast Mega Flare. Well, no, that's a lie. Bahamut here is actually... I'm actually completely wrong. Bahamut here is more complex than he normally is. Usually when you fight him in a Final Fantasy, he just does a countdown to Mega Flare. Here, he actually has phases. I think he has 50,000 total HP, and as his health gets to certain thresholds, he starts to cast different abilities and different spells.
So 50,000, like, compare that to another boss recently. Like, is that much greater?
It's not much greater, but it is getting up there. Like, 50,000 is high for this game. I think the super bosses in this game don't even have 100,000. But, so at his higher health thresholds, he'll cast Bio and Flare and all that. Once he gets down to 20,000, I believe, that's when he starts his Mega Flare countdown.
Jeez.
If you're really quick, you can just blitz him down before he's able to cast it. But you would need to be pretty high in level. Poison Breath is one of his abilities, so I know that I'm not at the Mega Flare threshold yet. So I have time to get my party healed up and take care of business.
Not my favorite Bahamut design.
Not mine either. His neck is kind of weird, isn't it?
It's just like coming straight out of something.
It's like they're trying to make a curve around,
but it comes straight out.
It just comes straight out.
And the most forward bit of his chest is really weird looking.
And his head and neck don't seem to be in the proper perspective either.
Just real weird.
Yeah, it's not great. But the trick to fighting Bahamut, which I don't think I actually did here. Nope.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
I made a few attempts, actually, before I realized there's a super easy way to do it. All you need to do is cast Reflect on your party.
Oh.
Turns out you can Reflect Mega Flare.
Oh.
And then he will take damage equal to the amount of Mega Flares that were reflected onto him. So if the whole party reflects it, that's 25,000, or 2,500, he'll take 9,999 damage.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It turns out Bahamut is extremely easy.
I can't wait to see it. Look at all their hats.
Well, no. See, my initial idea was, okay, I know what I'll do. I'll try to just blitz him down real quick, right? So I noticed that when I had Ferris cast Medio, it did really good damage, actually. Like, she cast it, and that her single cast probably did 4,000 or 5,000 damage. So I made everyone time mages. However, yeah, it's only doing 588 damage each cast. And then I remembered, once in a while there's a huge spike.
Oh.
Like that one did 2,000. But when Ferris did it, it was regularly at least 1,000.
I like to think about these heroes coming up to Bahamut time and time again, all in different costumes, trying different things and failing.
Different mustaches, trying to trick him.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Yeah. What I forgot is that time mages have very low magic power on their own. If you pair it with White Mage or Black Mage or Summoner, any of the other casters, then a Time Mage has decent magic power, but because a Time Mage, by and large, doesn't have offensive magic outside of Comet and Medio, as a class, they don't have any real magic power to themselves. They do get a boost of a few points. It's higher than what a freelancer would have on their own, but it pales in comparison to anything else. And so a Time Mage without the benefit of another caster class attached to them doesn't do shit. When they cast Medio, at least.
Still think it's weird about that Meteo and the time mage. I don't get it.
Why they get Comet and Meteo. I think it's time and space to a degree.
Yeah, okay.
Because they also have exit and return. Exit specifically feels like a form of teleportation.
Is this going to be a failed attempt? Or are you getting...
No,
because you said you didn't do the... Did you do? You said the trick to beating Bahamut.
The first time I didn't try the reflect. The second time I tried to blitz him down. This time, you'll notice that Butts and Reyna are glowing blue. That's because I equipped them with protect rings, which in this game grant you reflect.
Oh,
just permanently.
Nice.
So if all I need to do is get him down to the Mega Flare threshold, and then I've effectively won.
Nice.
Because I think once he's at that point, Mega Flare is all he does.
That's pretty cool to think that the first half, as long as you make it through that and get to the more difficult part, that you're good.
As long as you know how to prepare for it, you're able to make the back half of the fight basically a victory lap.
His wings are so veiny.
They are. Yeah, not a great Bahamut design.
Purple and veiny.
Again, it's like 70% of the way there. And his neck just seems way too long. Like, when you think about it, going from the top of his chest all the way to his head, it's just way too much neck.
That's a lot of neck.
Which, it could work. I've seen certain dragon designs where that amount of neck could work, but they're often very, very, like, long dragons, right? They're just very, very long. They have really long limbs. This Bahamut is just kind of... His bodily proportions are pretty much normal, as normal as you can be for a dragon. And his neck is just like 80 feet long. But hey, now he's our buddy.
Yay, Bahamut buddy.
Ooh, that's a good buddy. Yeah, that's a good buddy to have in your pocket.
Definitely a buddy you want.
Yeah. So now that we have all that, we can go kick X-Death in his balls until he dies.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Can't wait to see it.
It occurs to me that now that we're not cracking up about Clown Warriors, I can turn up the gain a bit. Now that we're not shitting ourselves in excitement over Clown Warriors.
Oh my god.
I've had... It's just such... It almost feels like a high when you have an idea and then you realize it's a good idea.
It's so fun.
Like, I have ideas all the time. Most of the time, they're not good. But then when a good one finds its way, it just fucking bores down.
Yeah, because... And
starts punching stuff in my brain I didn't realize hadn't been activated in a while.
And it's like snowball effect. It just keeps getting better and better as you realize that it's a good idea because you can keep building on it.
Yeah, more neurons are firing and I'm just becoming increasingly ecstatic with every one.
And it's building itself.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing.
It's arising organically because we're just thinking about, well, what are clowns? Where are clowns? What's around clowns? What would those be like? What would this world be like? Etc., etc.
What are the problems in this world?
Yeah.
Fucking, what is this? Level what? The enemy?
Level checker. Yeah. What they do is they cast spells which only affect characters of a specific level. So they have my most dreaded spell, which is level 4 Doom.
Oh.
If a character's... It's not... Well, I should walk that back a bit. It's not if they're of a specific level. It's if their level is of a specific multiplier.
Okay.
So if it's a multiple of 2 or 3 or 4, then a spell... If it's a multiple of 4, let's say, level 4 Doom will cast Doom on them.
That is... Like, how would anyone know that?
You can't really prepare for it. The only way you could do it, basically, is to get your level to a prime number. Which Final Fantasy XII accounts for that, and one of the bosses has level prime death.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're like, we got you.
Yeah, we got you, fucker.
You and your math.
Which, obviously, the higher in level you get, the fewer options you have for that anyway, but shit.
Oh, it was Pi Day not that long ago, speaking of math.
Oh, yeah. I don't
like,
think people are as excited for Pi Day as they used to be.
Or maybe it's just where we live. Maybe people are like, I'll go get some pie, I guess.
Yeah.
But Portland was like, oh my god, it's Pi Day.
You know, that's true. I first became cognizant of Pi Day while I was living in Portland.
Now let's go stand in line for 5 hours and get pie out of this one place, even though there's perfectly good pie over there and everywhere else.
Yeah. So that city we just passed through is the city which was trapped in dimensions that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Where I went to get the elemental rings.
the fuck is up with that tree? Did it open up to you? What is going on?
Yeah, you click on the hole in the tree, and then it opens a ramp in the ground, and then this wood nymph pops out. She's like, "This is my woods. Also, I think I'm hot. Yeah, I got it going on."
She's like, you see that rump?
Mm-hmm.
As she's rubbing her green ball.
Butts and Ferris at the same time go, mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's even got her eyes closed.
Yeah.
It's great. Oh my god.
Yeah, Wood Sprite knows what she's got.
It's funny that
look at her sassy hand in between her hip and her arm. And that just pointing at Ferris.
Oh yeah. I like that it's Wood Sprite because wood, boners,
yeah.
Sprite kind of makes you think like, I don't know,
quick, like, or energetic.
Yeah, like spring a quick boner.
Yeah, yeah.
She is pointing at Ferris. That's the best.
Yeah.
She's like that one,
and then
maybe the other one a little bit.
And then Ferris is switching into her dominatrix job, unique to Ferris.
It'd be funny. Oh my god, kids play, like, could you imagine, like, and not that I would have ever played this as a kid, but it wasn't available.
Nope.
But, like, I don't know, Mom, what is the dominatrix? What is that?
Mom, what's a dominatrix?
It sounds cool.
Can I be a dominatrix?
Can I find it on the internet and see what it's all about?
It's 1995. Is the internet a thing?
Can I go to the library and ask people what it is there? I'm gonna ask my teacher tomorrow and tell her that you talked about it, and so you'll be embarrassed, Mom. You ever had the situations like that as a kid where your parents, whether or not they thought they were doing it, they taught you something because they either said it or brought it up.
Oh,
and so then you go to school and you're like, yeah, my mom does this thing or says that, and then your mom's like, you said what? Like, why would you say that?
I didn't say it at school, but fortunately I said it in front of my parents, and so they caught me. I'm going to mute the microphone and tell you the story because this is not going on air, but I do need to tell it to you real quick. So keep watching us fight this sexy Wood Sprite while I tell Kurt this horrible story. We'll be back in a moment. They knew it was wrong, but they still thought it was kind of funny. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, it's disgusting to me now as an adult because from their reaction, I know that they knew it's not something you should do. It's not something you should say as an adult, especially as a white person.
Yeah.
But they still said it.
Yeah.
They still said it in front of their 6-year-old child.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway. That's not going on air. But it happened. Fortunately, like I said it in front of them and not at school.
Oh my god.
Which could very easily have happened.
We're gonna have nuts for snacks today, kids.
Oh god. So here's a big bowl of cashews, everybody.
And you're like, hey everybody, I learned this. Oh my god. Parents, oh my god, like it's like your kids are gonna say things that you say. And then they get mad at you.
Fortunately, I guess they didn't get mad at me. They did tell me I shouldn't say it, but they didn't explain why. I don't think they could have explained why with a straight face because I'd be like, I would have asked, well, why did you say it?
I like how our heroes just walk into the inside of this tree hole that the Wood Sprite just came out of. Like, that's weird. I don't know. I just birthed this Wood Sprite, and they're like, alright, let's climb on in.
Yeah, let's climb in the spook hole.
Let's go hang out with Oculus.
Come back, guys, and play me. Oh, no one wants to play me now. Palmer Lucky. Why'd you do it, Palmer?
Kill me. Oh, God.
Yeah, Giant Bomb named the whole Palmer Lucky debacle their hottest mess of 2016.
Well, at least he gave a lot of people things to write about.
Yeah. At least he did that.
Yeah.
That child's drawing of a potato that he is. I see him and I just think, man, you look like a kid drew a potato and got a C for it.
Why did you put a Hawaiian shirt on your potato? I don't know, I thought it looked cool.
Oh, there's a monster in the book.
I was reading in here.
Yeah. What's cool about this guy is just like the first book boss like this. Yeah. There's the very first book boss like this that we fought back in the ancient library. Just like him, if you cast Ifrit against this guy, he gets scared and doesn't do anything for the fight. Unfortunately, I didn't learn that until after this fight, so I had to fight him for realsies. And unfortunately, I'm underleveled, so I am scraping by this whole area.
Its name looks like a piece of IKEA furniture.
Yeah.
Blender.
This loft bed is from IKEA.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Oh man, that's super cool.
Yeah. Gives me so much room I get to climb up.
Yeah, you have so
Feel
much.
like a big boy.
I love that you have a table now for like doing shit.
Yeah, that's the table I got when I had my apartment, and I had my computer up on it. But then when I moved in here, I'm like, I don't have room or a need for this. Then I started doing puzzles again. I'm like, well, I have a need for this, but I don't have room for it.
That puzzle's awesome looking. It was cool watching the
Oh yeah,
progression of it.
it was a son of a bitch to put together because the pattern is just symmetrical completely, and it's in black and white, so it's just like black lines on the white background.
Oh jeez. Imagine if you colored each piece first and then put it together. Like just color each one however you feel like, and then
I'm not certain that would make it any harder, actually.
yeah, but imagine what it would look like.
It would
when
look
it was
like
done.
it would look interesting, actually.
Yeah, I wonder how that'd be.
It'd be a weird mosaic.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
I thought about coloring in like that, actually, like staying within the lines, but also staying within the boundaries of the edge of each piece.
Yeah.
So that even if it's one consistent area, if it's bisected, it's like, oh, it's gonna go from blue to orange or something.
Yeah, it'd probably produce some pretty cool results.
Yeah.
It'd be neat to like get a second puzzle like that and try it.
Maybe one with fewer pieces, just because that one at 500 took me longer than that spice puzzle at 1,000. Just because the spice puzzle, I could find patterns of color, and I could lay them out on a grid and go, okay, I got you.
And this is purely just matching shape up.
That was me just staring. I was able to get the outline, and then I had to sift through the pieces looking for major patterns. So if you look at the photos, like at first I put together a ring of leaves in the center, because I'm like, okay, that leaf is the most distinct pattern on this whole thing. It's small enough that if there's a piece of it on a piece, I'll know what it is. So I built that, and I looked at the middle. I'm like, oh wait, the middle is this weird flower bit. Oh, here's that weird flower bit. And I built out from that and connected it to the ring, and then built out from the ring and connected that to the edges.
Yeah, there was a time when it looked like a sad face with the
just the saddest face. Oh,
yeah, I'm a sad puzzle. Yes.
Do our calisthenics. 1, 2, 3. Oh,
we're done. We hit a sweat. We hit a good sweat.
Nice cooldown, guys. Good cooldown. Good fight.
Where's that character in an RPG that's just like too excited for the workout? Handing out waters and towels to everyone?
In the RPG idea I have in my head, there's a character named the Monster of Muscles. Or just the Muscle Monster. And he's basically just the guy in this world who's really famous for being super muscular.
Nice.
That's kind of him. Except one of the characters wants no part of him.
Another him.
Yeah. From out of the sky, Omega, Dragon Lord, yay, even those who wield the 12 table. So this is telling us about the 2 super bosses in the game. We passed one on the way here, actually. Just outside this door, there's a little robot walking back and forth.
Is that it?
That's one of them. That's Omega.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So if you just accidentally bump it, you're in
fucked.
for it?
Yeah, you're fucked. And it's really hard. It's super difficult to the point where I didn't bother fighting it in this playthrough.
Holy shit.
It's called Omega, and it will murderize you.
Like, I just Why would they put it right there, just walking around?
The other one is subjectively worse because it's contained in a chest. It attacks you when you open the chest, just like any other monster in a box, but there's nothing to specify that this particular chest contains a dragon god.
Good thing I haven't saved in hours.
You go a little ways from the last save point, actually.
Imagine if they, in this game, those two bosses, instead of just being like a little, like that robot walking around, what if they animated something huge on the screen?
That'd be impressive.
Cool. That would have been super cool.
But again, I'm convinced they lacked the raw technology to do that.
Just to have a big layer like that moving across.
Well, because they have the boats and they have Hydra and they have Dragon.
If you just, it'd be like, I mean, I don't know how it would work.
But for whatever reason, they don't seem to do it very often.
You know how those games like Gunstar Heroes, I forget who makes the developer for that, but they always do this thing where they like stack 2D spheres on each other and move that, like that real Sega Genesis look of like, this character is 3D because all these balls moving around behind each other. Something like that's what I'm picturing. If like the big bosses were like that, but you don't really see that kind of animation in this era of gaming.
No, you don't really see it at this age. I think it was. Maybe they didn't know how to do it at the time, like what we're thinking. Because I've seen that before, where they have literally just several two-dimensional planes, but they're layered in such a way that when you look at it from this angle, it looks three-dimensional. And then you spin it around and you see, oh, that's just a flat bush or some bullshit. But, so it could be done, but back then maybe not.
So who's this asshole?
He's one. Remember this fucking weirdos?
Oh, he's one of the weirdos.
He's one of the 12 weirdos. Yeah.
I wish I knew more about these 12 weirdos.
They don't. It would be nice.
They're pretty unique. It's not like they made them all look the same and like I got this color palette.
It would be nice if X-Death popped up earlier in the game with these 12 weirdos and they were haranguing you throughout.
Yeah.
Just like the who are those fucking weirdos in Wild Arms?
Oh god.
I remember they had a specific name for their group, but I forget what it was.
Ah, damn it.
All the Z's that our boy Zed wanted to be a part of.
Oh fuck, I don't remember.
Yeah.
That was a cool group.
Something Quarter, I think.
Damn it.
I just keep thinking of Shovel Knight's Order of No Quarter, and I know that's not it.
It's not the French Quarter.
No. Fortunately, killing that guy gave us a save point.
Oh no.
This is just a beholder. This is just a beholder.
Enemy name is not a beholder, like with some vowels missing.
No, it's Catastrophe.
Wow, that's pretty wicked looking.
Yeah, it is. He kind of looks like a round catfish.
And like a dragon fruit, but gray and gross.
A gray, gross dragon fruit. So he does that, and once I saw that, I reset the game. Fortunately, you can get around that by just casting Float on your party.
I like your hard nopes in here. Like, nope. Not even like let it play out and see.
Yeah. No. Here's the thing. I spent way too many hours of my life fighting bosses in World of Warcraft, well past the point where the raid knew we couldn't win. But the raid leader said, no, let's play it out to see. Right? Because once in a while, you do pull victory out of your ass.
Yeah.
But that's maybe 1 in 50 or 1 in 100.
And that, I mean, it's probably a good feeling moment, but
it's a good feeling moment when I've been there where I was the healer and I was able to keep the one tank alive and the tank just did it. Together, we did it. And we got the fight done. Because I was on my game and he was on his game. But again, for every one of those, there's 50 where, the enrage timer is 10 minutes. So once 10 minutes is up, this boss is going to do 400% damage, and we're going to die at that point. But he's already killed 15 of 25 of us. The 10 of us can't possibly do enough damage in those 10 minutes to kill him.
Let's just play it out. Let's just see how it goes.
No, let's do it for practice. That was usually the justification, because you need to practice. You need to practice. Here's the thing. They're saying you need to practice the phase, right? So you know how to get through this bit. The people who need to practice are dead.
Yeah.
They can't do anything. I'm fine. And that's why I'm alive.
And I mean, what good is it to be practicing how to do it with not the whole team there?
Exactly.
Like,
because
you're going to get used to just keeping a handful of people alive and not, acting as a team.
Yeah, because as a healer, healing 25 people is different from healing 10. It's a lot different. I need to keep track of where everyone's at, what their health bars are at. I need to do triage and think, this guy just took a big hit, but I know he's fine, whereas I need to get this group up. And if there's only 10, I don't have as much stress on me or on my resources. So when we go back and there are 25, now it's completely different for me. And like, do I get that group up?
Yeah.
Does someone else have that group? What's going on? Fuck.
Patented.
Yeah, it's one of those words. It's like trying to say that you edited something. And you're saying edited it. Edited it.
Yeah.
I got a good joke out of that in a shitty little thing I had to make for an editing class. Where it was basically just my frustration. Me talking to myself about my frustrations with film school and how I can never get anything made.
Jalapenos?
Yeah, he turned everyone into frogs.
Ha! Dance for me, my frog friends.
I love the frog poses.
They're so tough.
Yeah.
Just frog powering up, throwing its head back. Frog.
They're getting ready pose and you've cued an action, but they haven't taken it yet.
They're all tough. Yeah, like. Yeah. What a thing! Out of all of the shit they could have turned it into, the middle, the chest part of the boss's outfit looks like a face.
With a little mustache. Yeah. In Final Fantasy VI, they don't have Toad, but they have Imp. And what's cool is, toward the end of the game, you can get a full set of Imp equipment, which is very, very powerful, but only if you're in the Imp form.
Imp equipment.
Huh. I hadn't thought of that one. Equipment.
Which Final Fantasy was this?
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does Imp do? Is it just like...
It's basically frog. You can't cast spells, you take extra physical damage, and you don't do as much physical damage.
Do you have, like, more evade?
I don't remember. In this one... Excuse me. In this one, you gain bonus evasion if you're afflicted with Mini.
Okay.
There's actually a very interesting technique you can exploit, where being in Mini form gives you 50% evasion. You can get an item called the Genji Shield, I believe it's the Genji Shield at least, which also gives you 50% evasion.
Okay, yeah, I think
Genji
you told me
Shield.
about this one time.
Yeah. Genji Shield, it renders you immune to Mini, but if you cast Mini on someone and then equip them with the shield, they'll have Mini and the shield equipped. So then that will boost their evasion up to 99%, so that you are effectively immune to physical attacks.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I just realized this boss is standing in that cross-legged weird way that, like, a lot of girls stand.
I don't know if it is, actually.
Oh, is it not?
I'm not certain.
It's hard to tell.
It is hard, but I think it gives that impression, but I think it's because its cape goes in. I do love when I see women standing like that, though.
Yeah, it's like that I got a pee stand. Yeah. It actually, in yoga, you do that sometimes, and like then do forward fold.
Yeah,
and it feels real good. And then you swap legs, whichever one's in the back, you swap it, and then
you get that real nice deep stretch up your leg, up the one leg and down your back.
That's as far as you go.
Power of the void, it cannot be contained. You shall not enter. I'm gonna get you.
Is it standing on gray stuff, or is that the sky?
That's the sky, but it's also an invisible staircase.
What the hell?
Twintania.
What is up with its bottom? Like the belly? What is that?
It seems to be dragging.
What the fuck? I don't understand. Like, what the hell?
Its name is interesting because it's called Twintania, but there's only the one. It turns out that at a certain phase in this fight, it switches into a different form of itself. You may have noticed it just casts Mega Flare, the same as Bahamut. And I'm about to cast a very unique spell called Return, which resets the fight. It has something called Mega Flare. When we were in that library where I was reading the book that told us about the super bosses, it mentioned something called Giga Flare And for the longest time, I was like, where the fuck is Giga Flare? Is that like a... Because I haven't heard of Giga Flare outside of Final Fantasy VII. Like, can I get a summon somehow?
Mm-hmm.
It turns out this motherfucker will cast Giga Flare.
Oh, jeez.
As part of his phase. I suppose the other times when I played this game, I simply killed him so fast that I didn't get to see it. It's called Twintania because once it goes into its phase where it's preparing to cast Giga Flare, it changes completely. You don't see the figure change at all, but it does become a new version of itself with entirely different vulnerabilities. So
it's the same visually?
It's the same visually. There's no flash or anything to indicate that anything has changed, but suddenly it becomes susceptible to instant death abilities.
Oh.
So if I think the Assassin's Dagger has a chance to do it. The best way to do it apparently is to cast Odin, whom I completely neglected to get. See, say Giga Flare. Once it says Giga Flare boosts power, there's that quick flash, and then it's a different form. But again, there's no indication of that. And Giga Flare is rough.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
I've seen other. I believe I've seen other Final Fantasies, or at least other RPGs, where they have an ability like Return, and I've never really understood the point of it. But it looked like that was a really good time to use it, which is to start it over.
Just if you get the gist of the fight, but you've used a lot of resources and you've been worked over, it's like just return and then do it again from the beginning. Like
that's really cool.
It's basically save scumming just for the one fight.
Seriously though, this boss's whole belly region is really like it's like body horror stuff. It doesn't make sense to me.
And the front of its belly almost seems like something's protruding out from it.
Yeah.
Like it has something in there.
Or like it's gonna detach and it's gonna give birth to
That's what I was thinking, like it's gonna split open and a new living creature's gonna erupt. So I don't have any way of exploiting its instant death vulnerability. I just need to make it work. The only thing that prevents me from just blitzing him down is that it has a chance to... I think it has a 33% chance to counter any attack with Tsunami.
Oh, wow.
But that means there's a 66% chance that it won't do that. And so eventually I'm like, fuck it, I just gotta roll those dice over and over. And I just blitzed him down, and that time he happened not to cast Tsunami. And there we go, the staircase to the end of the game.
Fuck.
It's been a long journey. It's almost there.